Welcome to your 10 minutes to better shoulder mobility routine number 2. It's pretty obvious at this point. Welcome to your 10 minutes to better shoulder mobility routine number 2. As you can see, for this routine, you will need a bench or something that is high off the ground that you can actually lay on or put your arms up on. So without further ado, let us get into the right position here. We're going to start off with our face down shoulder rotation. We'll start off with the right side. So you'll find whatever bench or item it is that you can lay on. It doesn't have to be complete like this, but what we'll have you do is it needs to be something that you can let your arm hang down completely with. I'll begin with my right arm here. And the first thing we're going to do is exhale so that your ribs come closer to your hips. We got a minute, 50 seconds here. You're going to take this hand that's down and you're going to start to bring it up towards the sky. You want to rotate your thumb towards the sky here. Keep going. You see I'm using this other hand to brace. I'm trying to get as high as I can without compromising. Compromise in this situation would be you moving other parts of your body. Come down and then repeat. Another thing to keep in mind, take your shoulder blade, move it as far away from your ears as possible, towards your hips. Fully depress that shoulder, and then bring the arm up, rotate that thumb towards the sky. Should feel some nice stuff right around the armpit, getting a little happy. As you bring that arm up, hold that top position, and when I say hold, I mean actively try to get higher, but the rest of the world, if they were watching you, they would think that you are simply holding. You are trying to earn every millimeter of additional range that you get out of this movement. We'll do about 5 on this side. That should bring us pretty close to the halfway mark. Yep. And now let's go 5 to the front. Bring that arm up, rotate that thumb towards the sky, and even try to rotate open a little bit more. We'll do 1 or 2 more here during the transition time because the other side is simply the same thing. All right, you can transition to the other side now. Bring that shoulder blade down, then take that hand back behind you, rotate the arm so the thumb goes towards the sky, hold for a moment, come back down, and repeat. Shoulder down, get as high as you can, keep rotating, keep reaching that shoulder towards your hip. We're trying to reach our furthest excursions. We already live in the range of motion that we use without thinking about it. It might seem easier to not have to think as much, but in this case, you're going to gain more by focusing on your range here. Okay, if you haven't gone to the front yet, I recommend you do so. As you go into the front, we want your thumb going up towards the sky, maybe even turning out just a smidge, but really we want your fingertips. We want your fingertips to reach away from your shoulder. Extend that arm. You're almost there. When we're done here, we're just going to kneel on the ground, facing the bench, going into our bent arm shoulder flexion. Reach. Keep the rest of your body nice and still. All right, here we go. Roll off. Kneeling. prayer position with your forearms touching each other. And then you'll just start to sit down and back. And if that feels easy to you, look at your arms, make sure that they are touching as far down towards your elbows as you can get them. If not, squeeze them together a little bit. Sink down and back again. Again, if that still feels easy, I'm not saying it's easy for me, I just want to give you options. Then you'll just, if it still feels easy, you just sit back, just move your body away a little bit, sit back into that. Now, with your, in the position you're in, it should feel, kind of tight, like you're really, you wouldn't want to live here all day. Take a breath in through the nose. Feel yourself expanding your rib cage between your shoulder blades. Gentle exhale, see yourself sinking down a little deeper. Readjust if you need to. Make sure those forearms stay touching. We're trying to get as much weight as we can into, really basically onto the triceps. The more you can load that area with your body weight as you inhale, it gives you a nice anchor point to begin to open up the ribs. Next up, we have some straight arm shoulder flexion. Nice work. Straight arm shoulder flexion. Same position, just straight arms. So, elbows straight. Sit back. Your head now goes through the arms. Now, if you feel any pinch or discomfort, you can feel free to push through the arms to come back up out of it and just readjust. Find a position that doesn't really pinch, where there isn't any pain, and then just move and groove. When you come out of this each time, just push down. Then you let yourself settle back into it. Push down. So try to make it that it's the arms that help you come up, not necessarily you arching back. Whatever feels tight, as long as you're pushing when you come up, it should feel like it starts to open up, almost as if it's melting. You know, when you put butter or coconut oil in a hot pan and you just see it the solid just turn into liquid. We want anything that feels stiff in that shoulder to just turn to liquid. Creating our own kind of heat. Nice work. All right, last thing here, lounge stretch. So, we know the lounge stretch. We're on our bottom, hands are behind us, knees are bent. We're going to drive through our hands and our feet to get our hip bridge, right? And then come back down. When you want to go higher, we don't think back, we think hands and feet. That's where your bridge should be coming from. I said lounge stretch, and now we're doing the 4-point bridge. Feel free to stay in the lounge stretch, okay, which is simply here, opening up. But if you want to go into the 4-point bridge from that lounge stretch, you certainly can. But but we're going to spend some more time in this lounge. Bringing our shoulder blades together, pushing through our hands. Now we'll go into our 4-point. Almost there. Nice work. So I encourage you to experiment with this one. This is a nice shoulder mobility routine. Experiment either by doing this before your 10-minute Tabata routine or after, or even both. And, some days don't do it beforehand, and see if and how it changes how your push-ups feel. It may or may not change your squat, but let's have you focus on that push-up. Let's experiment with that. So, thanks for joining us here, and enjoy. We'll see you next time.